small chance of a storm after 4 o'clock, and then storms are likely this evening. They could be severe, producing large hail and damaging wind gusts. Late tonight will turn mostly cloudy and breezy. Overnight low 61. Sunny, decreasing wind, and a beautiful Thursday, high 73. Thunderstorms are back in the forecast on Friday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Tell your smart speaker to play 97.5 and 1240 KFH. Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. More and more details are emerging regarding Tiger Woods rolling his vehicle, and none of them are good. According to a probable cause affidavit, Woods told authorities that he was looking down at his phone and changing the radio station before he rolled his whip. That's what you're going with? You were looking down at your phone and changing your radio station. That means either you're lying to authorities or you are one of the dumbest people ever. Which one is it? And while I know looking at your phone while changing the station at high speeds is really reckless and dumb, I didn't know it causes individuals to have, quote, extremely dilated pupils and bloodshot and glassy eyes, in addition to profuse sweating and the individual being lethargic and slow, all of which were also laid out in the affidavit. Oh, did the phone and radio put those 2 hydrocodone pills in your pocket too, Cat? Wake the hell up, Tiger, before you end up in another ditch, or worse yet, you put one of us in one. I'm Jim Rome.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Who says vaping is safer than cigarettes? Science does not support that belief. Vapes can contain a variety of chemicals, flavoring agents, cancer-causing elements, and other harmful substances. High levels of nicotine in some vapes can be more likely to lead to addiction, and chemical ingredients are not always listed accurately on vaping packages. Vaping can also damage your DNA, your heart, your lungs, and even your smile. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Sponsored by Underwriters Laboratory.
Fuck him now. Really? I mean, is that going to be a thing now?
You like it? Thanks, catchy.
What are you looking at? Go.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde. April Fool. Hey, man, what's that?
Got me, Max. I don't know what that was. Were we playing the intro backwards for April Fools? Happy April Fools, everybody. Be careful out there. It's also Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. What's that, Max?
Backwards mask.
Backwards. Okay. All right. It is Sports Daily. Don't let anybody get you today, everybody. Glad to be here with you. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, Max Power in there producing for you. He's got you on the KFH hotline at 869-1240. We have you on our video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X. You can comment there. Thanks also for watching us this morning on 12 News Connected. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app. We are ready to rock and roll on this Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. We've got Shreyas Laddha coming up in the next hour with the latest on Bill Self, what's going on there. Andy Reid talked yesterday. A couple things to dig through from Big Red and what he had to say at the, I believe it was the coaches' breakfast at the NFL annual meetings. So we've got that for you as well. A lot to get to today on the show. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. 3 locations, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano, featuring a rooftop deck. Order online at wichitabrew.com. Local craft beer on tap, patios, pizza, and a full bar available at all locations. WBC, pizza and beer made here. We get the Royals back in action today, TJ. We can finally get get done with these weird off days and everything else, and we're ready to rock and roll. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I believe the Royals have 12 straight, I believe is what they're saying. We're in the home stretch of that now. I agree. They skipped the opening day off like we've talked about that Friday. So now they're catching it on the home opening day off, I guess is what they're doing.
Home opening day off. Yeah. They got it on both sides. So we have now finally the Royals in some consistency, some consistent baseball, and we can kind of get the season underway, right? Like this is the start. This is the true start of getting baseball back and ready to rock and roll. That Chief stuff yesterday, pretty interesting. Biggest note out of there is the future of Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid seems cautiously optimistic, I would say, cautiously. By the way, the Royals don't get another day off, TJ, until April 13th. So I hope you're ready, Royals fans, which like bring it on. Like I'm ready for baseball every day. Shockers, you heard it right here on KFH. Speaking of baseball during the day, sounded like a huge crowd against Washburn there. Shocker softball is kids' day. I could just hear Mike Kennedy and the kids chanting over Mike Kennedy. So you had that. You had Shocker softball take on Oklahoma. Didn't go their way yesterday, but there's a lot going on, TJ. Even though we're coming down the home stretch of college basketball here,
there is. I always make the analogy of the mountaintop in the sports world, and we're officially on the way down, but I think that it's like not steep yet, right? Like we hit the top whenever we got to like the first week of March Madness. And then it's like, okay, we're going to slow down a little bit. Like opening day, we're still right here. It's all still exciting. There's still things going on. And then we're about to just start going downhill until the draft catches us, basically.
Yeah, we're there. The draft will be a big one. That had a lot to do with what, Andy Reid was talking about yesterday too. He doesn't like having that pick, but they've got that pick, and he doesn't like the chatter about the weak draft class, but he says we're going to have good players in the draft, and I think he's correct. So, look, the Chiefs become a fascinating topic. I think they already have been. Man, they become a fascinating topic here over the next, I don't know, month until we hit and right after the draft to see how they navigate these picks, how they strategize, what they do. But we'll get into some of what Andy Reid said. We are now 22 days, almost 3 weeks exactly. 3 weeks from tomorrow to the Chiefs making that 9th pick overall. And boy, has things changed in the last few weeks leading up to it and what we think they might do there. The mocks are changing quite a bit. I will say this for this draft. I don't know how many great players are in it, but it should be fairly unpredictable because I think there's a lot of differing opinions on the top of the class. Or we'll say the first round, how about, among NFL teams. But that's coming up here in a little bit, TJ. We'll have headlines I missed today. No news from Bill Self is good news. No news is good news, right?
You watched Tyron Stokes last night?
Oh, no, I didn't. What happened?
McDonald's All-American game.
Oh, I thought he made a decision. I'm like, no. What? No, I did not watch the McDonald's.
It's pretty funny. In March 31st, having the All-American game, it's like, this guy's going to Duke. This guy's going to Houston. He's going to undecided.
It happens.
Not often.
We'll ask Shreyas what's making it undecided.
A lot of people are kind of talking about. I think he had a double-double. He played pretty well. I think Kenny played better than him. Kenny played pretty well. There's a lot of 6'7" jokes in reference to Taylor and Kenny last night. Mr. 6'7".
Is that what number he wore, or is that his height?
That he's the guy that started it.
Oh, he's the 6'7" guy. Got it.
Yes. They were talking about it. Some national people were on social media last night about not Kenny Stokes, about his recruitment. And like at this point, since you've waited so long, like you may as well just act like you're a portal guy too. Like just throw your name in with the portal guys and see who really wants you throughout that. Like I was talking about. Like,
I mean, he is a portal guy, right? Like,
I mean, this late in the cycle, like if you don't get him, you're going to get somebody else 6 days later.
So here's what I would guess. Looking at all this after we had this conversation yesterday with him, I'm going to guess Kentucky's trying to throw a bag at him. I don't think this has anything to do with Bill Self. I think Kentucky's throwing a bag. I think Kentucky's feeling desperate.
So I don't know if you know about this.
Kentucky was the biggest spending team a year ago.
Yeah. I don't know if you know about this. The Nike Adidas thing. Are you aware of that?
No. Absolutely not. I think you know the answer to that.
He's already got an NIL deal with Nike. Can he play for an Adidas school in Kansas?
I have no idea.
That's the question people are asking as well.
He has a deal with
Nike. Is Nike going to pull?
What's Kentucky?
If he goes to an Adidas school. Kentucky's Nike.
Okay.
That's why there's hesitation. That's why a lot of people think Louisville got pulled out of the race.
I don't think this has anything to do with Bill Self. I think Kentucky, and maybe that's part of Kentucky throwing a bag at him. I think he probably has this opportunity now. Again, this is just me speculating. Like, how do you turn it down? If you're an 18-year-old kid, or you're the parents of an 18-year-old kid, and let's say the numbers, Kansas was going to give him $2 million. Okay. Now all of a sudden Kentucky will give you $5 million. What are you going to do? You haven't committed anywhere. You haven't done a thing. It's Kentucky or Kansas. What are you going to do?
I agree.
Now, Tyron Stokes is in a little different situation than a lot of kids would be. This isn't Coleman Hawkins where it's like, God dang, they're throwing all this money at me. Because he probably anticipates big NBA career. So where you're going to get your coaching has to have something to do with it. But man, at 18 years old, a lot of things can happen. If somebody else swoops in with this massive offer, it's a great program like that, you got to listen. So I say I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about what Tyron Stokes does. They got good freshmen already. He may be great. I don't know. But I'm more concerned with what they do in the portal. We'll talk about it with Shreyas Laddha coming up in a little bit. Let's get to what Andy Reid had to say yesterday when we return on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app. Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Busy. This is Sports Daily on KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on this Wednesday. Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. It's April Fool's Day. You ready for April Fool's Day? Be on your guard. You're on guard. I was just talking to my kids. Be on guard today.
Today, as somebody pointed out to us, like this might be the worst April Fool's Day ever because of how easy AI is to use now.
I mean, every day's April Fool's Day when you talk about
like
AI.
People are gonna. I don't even know what to look at today. Like I might have to turn off the social media because people are gonna.
I don't know. I'm
in the world, especially in our world of fake sports reporters reporting fake sports stories that aren't even that outlandish sports stories, just to try to get people with their, Rob Reiner, those guys, the fake guys on social media. Like every day's April Fool's Day. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. We've learned a lot about the new one that I've seen is that people will tweet out a soundbite of a player. I saw this like 3 times yesterday. People are tweeting out soundbites of a player, and the soundbite is just talking about how much they like their coach or how good of a game it was. And they put like in the tweet, like some outlandish pull quote. It's like, there's no way he said that. And people aren't watching the videos and they're retweeting it. Like media literacy is important, people.
It's not even media literacy. It's how lazy we've become at how we consume social media. And this has always been a problem, right? It's always been a problem. We've tried to warn people for a long time. Make sure you know what you're retweeting. You're in these echo chambers, and you are. But now it's to the point where, like, Like with my parents, I'm like, just don't even go there.
I know.
Like,
I'm telling you,
you're toast.
not to be deep in the weeds here, but I've always said, that people talk about the future of media and what it's going to become and everything like that. I'm like, man, it might be making a comeback because everybody's just tweeting out whatever they want. Like there needs to be somebody to tell you what's real and what's not real.
Well, or that you can, that you turn on KFH or that you turn on KWCH and you're dealing with real people and not like it's and I hope that too, but we're lazy. And right now the easiest thing to do is to get on there and you just with your thumb and you just see what you want to see. I'm worried about my parents. I'm worried about all of us. Like there are a lot of times where you read like it'll be a silly like health blurb, like actually eating 3 cups of sugar today is good for your spleen. And it's like, man, I didn't know that. That's crazy. And you just gotta like shake your head and be like, wait, that's probably fake. It's and it always could have been fake, but now it's just constant. And they put it behind a face or somebody says it, and like it's not even as fun anymore because half the stuff you're like, was that even real? Like, was that dog, on water skis? Was that even a real video?
That's the worst feeling ever is whenever somebody sends you those videos. And they're like, dude, this is hilarious. And you have to be like, listen, that's not real.
I hate it. I hate it. That's why it's whatever. Again, it's part of the reason why we have headlines I missed because I just don't. I
do the deep digging, not only for Jacob, but for the listeners to know
for all of us. I trust TJ to sort through the phony baloney out there. I'd still try to just read every morning the headlines or whatever, and that doesn't get you to some of the good stuff that TJ can dig up. But here we are. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bed and weed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. Yeah, we'll science fiction has predicted this, and we'll have some sort of revolution against it at some point. I don't know that I want to be alive to see that. But it's coming for us. It's coming for us. The AI revolution. There'll be robots taking our jobs, probably. TJ,
we're going real Steve and Ted here down the rabbit hole.
Can you just use my voice and pay me for it, and then have some robot do this every day? All right, let's talk about Andy Reid yesterday.
Headlines
and rule changes. These meetings. I listen. The rule changes. You know what? Let's start there. And then we'll go to Andy Reid. Can we just figure out the kickoff, please? Can we stop? Like the kickoff can't change this much every year.
Are they changing it again?
Well, there's proposed rule changes. I'm going through this morning, and this was out yesterday, but I didn't get to it till today. But okay, let's go to these rule changes. What's being proposed? Sometimes there's interesting stuff. Sometimes we talk about the tush push. Sometimes we do all these things. The owners passed 3 rule changes. Permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game. Okay. Eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line, and modify the kickoff alignment requirements for the receiving team in the setup zone.
That feels pretty specific.
How about this? If we want kick returns to be more exciting, let's go back to the way we used to do kickoffs and just kick the damn ball off.
I mean, that wasn't exciting.
Strong legs to kick it out of bounds every time. Back them up.
Yeah, that's what you do. Put them on the goal line.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. They also approved a proposal to allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses by on-field officials that impact the game in the event of a work stoppage involving officials. So I don't know what that's all about. Are they saying if there's an official strike and then we get bad refs, they can fix the problem from upstairs, but only if we get a strike?
I guess.
Right?
That feels very specific as well.
It is. That's that's what we're doing. They did 5
These
things.
Feel like I don't know if I've ever told you this. When I took the drone certificate training, stuff like that. Whenever you take that test, if anybody out there's taken the unarmed or unmanned aircraft, excuse me, there's questions in there about like, what do you do if you find yourself in military Air Force in a boat moving at 20 miles per hour in restricted airline? It's like, has anybody ever found themselves in that situation ever?
You call 911.
That's what this is. If there is a ref shortage and they make a bad call on a kickoff from the 50-yard line, then we'll do this.
Yeah, it is. It's, you remember in 2012, what did we call them? Did we call them replacement refs? There was a term we used.
Scabs.
No, not that. there was a term. Oh, man, I can't remember what it was. There was a term we had for the refs that came in, and we were cherry picking them from like high schools. It was actually kind of a cool story, but I don't know. I guess that must be closer than we think, right? Like it must be possible that we have a. I mean, here's the thing on that. Do you think there's any fans out there that are so confident in the abilities of officials? And this is not a knock, just an observation, that we'd care if there were replacement refs. If they went to replacement refs and said, but the league office can just step in and fix really bad calls real fast if they make them, we're going to watch that and we're going to say, man, that's way better. Why don't we just always do that? And it's going to hurt the refs. It's going to hurt the striking refs, because as fans, if there's a really bad call and they can fix it within 10 seconds, we're going to want that all the time.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I don't want phantom PI calls, or I don't want a really bad holding call, or that guy clearly tripped this other player and they didn't call it. Like, we're going to want that. So I don't know if this is trying to put pressure on the refs not to strike. I don't know what it is. But it's not, it's whatever. Like, these aren't the sexiest rule changes this year. And the other one that we didn't mention is the league can step in and assist if they need to put in some sort of flagrant penalty to kick a guy out of a game or something. So we got a bunch of changes to a kickoff system none of us understand anyway. And then a couple rules things that don't really make that big of an impact, potentially a huge impact. That was the league. No sexy tush push conversation this year. So kind of a meh rule changes, in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else feels about the altering of the kickoff rules. Again, I miss kick returns too. I want Dante Hall. Back him up, kick the ball off, and let's incentivize the kick return. If you want that, landing zones and all this other stuff, it's too complicated. It would work if you could stick with it for more than a year. Like, if you had it for 5 years, then we'd all know that rule and we'd understand it a little better. Do you fully understand the kickoff rule? Because I don't.
No, I don't. The landing zone lights up, and then they don't kick it in there, and then it's still just fine. And I don't understand what's going on.
The one thing I do understand, Harrison Butker, is you still can't kick it out of bounds.
Correct.
I'll never get over.
Because then they get it at like the 40.
I'll never get over how frustrated I was by that at that Jaguars game. Like, what are we doing here? All right. Andy Reid also in the headlines from the NFL yesterday. The big takeaway for everybody is that he is basically saying he's not going to be surprised if Patrick Mahomes is ready for the start of the season. Now, that's a headline-y thing. That's going to grab a bunch of headlines. I don't think he's saying he thinks he will or expects that he will. Basically, if you go back and read a little deeper, he's just saying he's not going to count Mahomes out from doing anything, pretty much. And he's not saying he will be ready, but he's certainly not saying he won't be ready. I thought when this happened, there was a pretty good chance he would beat his recovery and come back. ACL recoveries are getting better and better. Somebody joked online the other day that soon an ACL tear is going to be like a
non-IR,
just a quick stay on the injured list. I think there's a pretty good chance that he's back. Now the question becomes, if he is back, do you just turn him loose? What if he's back for training camp?
Yeah,
that'll be more of a question.
That's what we've said.
Any work before the season?
Yeah, and I don't think that feels like you're really hurrying. And again, I feel like we're really hurrying into things in week one. I mean, in past injuries, you would have been looking at, week 4, week 5 is what we've been talking about. If it's week 1, that's the biggest question that I think we're all going to have. Is that mean, is week 1 the first time he's able to get tackled by somebody, or will he be hit beforehand? Like, because that's a major difference. Like, if he hasn't gotten hit and it's the Tuesday of the opening week, he can't play that week, can he?
I would probably take the Andy Reid tactic and say, I'm not going to count it out. I think you got to trust Mahomes a little bit. It's interesting because so much of the offense, you've got familiar pieces back, right? Your offensive line should be essentially the same, Jawan Taylor, but you're putting a guy over there we anticipate, depending on what they do at the draft, that you and you're comfortable with. You have Travis Kelce back. You have Rashee Rice back. You have Xavier Worthy back. Those are going to be your top 3 pass catching options out of the gates. Almost certainly, we assume, will run the ball a little bit more. So it's not like there's a big ramp up period for Mahomes needed mentally. It's really, and I don't know the answer to this. In an ACL recovery, if you're given the all clear, does it matter if you get hit? I mean, you're going to get hit at some point. If you're either, if you're clear, you're clear. I would think they see what they need to see and they say, here we go. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think if it was a year where Kelce wasn't coming back and they had a bunch of new receivers and all of that stuff, maybe you'd say, boy, it'll be really important that he gets some warm-up time. But will it be? And the offense largely will be the same outside of running the ball a little bit more, we think. Otherwise, they're not going to change up their passing philosophy. All the pieces are the same.
I think that it's interesting of the things that they've done this offseason to build this roster for next year. Like, I think if Kelce doesn't come back, or if they don't get Kenneth Walker, even if they drafted a running back at that slot, like at 9, that to me feels like they were not okay with it, but they were kind of making their bed to be like, this is kind of going to be a long shot, but we're just going to see what happens. Like, this, what they've done is we cannot miss the playoffs. We cannot miss a deep run. Like, this team has to be built to win of the things that they've done. And so I think that doing that may be like, I don't know. I could go one or two ways, I guess. That could be one, we need Patrick Mahomes in there as soon as we can to figure this out and start putting wins on the board. Or 2, maybe we need to hold off to make sure he's ready to go by the end of this thing.
I think both things can be true. I think the Chiefs, this will be the year they try to rebuild the defense. But this is me guessing. That doesn't mean they'll use pick 9 there. Pick 9 could be anything. But other than that in the draft, I think this will be a defense-heavy draft for sure. I think the Chiefs see themselves as we've always got a shot. So they're never going to just blow it up. But in a lot of ways, they've kind of blown it up. Now, they've got Kelce to come back, which is great. And I feel like they're sort of just band-aiding the offense a little bit. Like, let's get one more year out of this current offense. We've got Kelce coming back. We know the pieces. Obviously, they're going to commit to the run. I say obviously, but boy, it feels obvious. And I think that the main priority right now will be to retool the defense. That's where they're going to have more challenges. The defense has carried this team for the last 3 or 4 years. The offense has not been a juggernaut in a very long time. So the defense is where they're going to feel it. I think this is the draft where they attack the defense mostly. Again, don't know what they're going to do with pick 9, but with the majority of this draft, I think we'll focus on that side of the ball. They're trying to limp through one more season with this offense, and then we'll see what happens after that next year. But it takes time to do this stuff. Like, the Chiefs had a run that not many teams can ever have. That can't last forever. Their 3 best players are old now. 2 of them are, by the position, very old. Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. You're talking about Hall of Fame players. Like, the next generation of the Chiefs, you got to get ready for a whole different career now for Patrick Mahomes. Like, chapter 2 or whatever you want to define it starts. And it starts with recovering from this injury. But it will be what we look at in 2 or 3 years for the Chiefs offense, TJ, outside of Mahomes, Josh Simmons, maybe 1 or 2 other linemen, you're not going to recognize any of them. If we looked at the 2029 Kansas City Chiefs offense,
I'll
bet you there's not more than we'll put the over-under on players that are here now that will be here then. I'll put it at 3.5 on the Chiefs offense.
This is the perfect example. Chiefs are getting a new stadium in 2031. How many people on the team are going to the team, not even the offense? How many people on the team will be on the team in that new stadium? 1, maybe 2.
I'll predict that it will be Patrick Mahomes, of course, and Josh Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Those are my 2. I don't know if anybody else will.
And whoever, and two players from this year's.
I'm not even saying this year's draft because I think there probably will be a couple of those. I'm saying that we saw play last year. I mean, who were the rookies last year besides Simmons that you think can be here for 5 years?
I'm trying to think of Cree Humphrey and Trey Smith are the ones I'm really thinking about. They'll be old.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe those guys.
I don't even remember. Who was their second-round pick last year?
Where did they take Royals?
I think it was third. I think it was the third.
Went Gelati.
Maybe it was Gelati.
Yeah, it has to be Gelati.
Maybe he could be if he blossoms.
Yeah, he showed some signs last year, but it's going to be totally different. So they're in a transition year, and in a transition year, back to the point on Mahomes, I think he could step back into that offense tomorrow, and it'd be fine. It'd be fine. Norman Lott. Thank you, Rick. Maybe. But you know, there's also no need to rush it. They got Justin Fields. They got Justin Fields for familiarity with the offense, the connections to Matt Nagy. Like there are all kinds of, possibilities to open the season. But it is good to see Mahomes with the videos and Reed saying this stuff. So that's kind of where Andy Reid was headed with it. Give us a shout if you want to dig into that anymore. We're coming right back on Sports Daily. We got a giveaway to tell you about. Got your keyword. Bryan Adams fans, get ready. It's on the other side.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make
Make yourself known now. 831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Happy Wine Shirt Wednesday, everybody. Let's get ready to rock with KFH. Your chance to see Bryan Adams live on his Rolling with the Punches tour. Simply listen every day for the keyword, then text it in to the number 20357 for your shot at scoring a pair of tickets to see Bryan Adams at Intrust Bank Arena on July 25th. Today's keyword is roll. R-O-L-L, roll. Text that into the number 20357. You got one entry per day. Listen for a new keyword tomorrow. Message and data rates apply. Good luck, everybody.
Back to back. It's been a roll. It's been a roll back to back days.
No, yesterday it was yesterday's word was punch. We had rock on
I'm telling
Monday.
you. Yesterday was roll because I made the joke of what roll is it? R-O-L-E or O-L-L?
Boy, I think you're nuts. I'm looking at yesterday's read. Oh, and yesterday's was roll. So is it punch or roll? Need clarification on that, Max. Going to need clarification. Maybe it's the same word 2 days in a row.
Call the lawyers. Call the lawyers.
I've got roll here is what I've got. If that's not correct, we'll get that corrected for you. So go ahead and try roll, and I'm going to text the powers that be. Max, if you could also look into that, that would be great. Headlines I missed. Coming up shortly, Royals Noah Cameron on the bump today, TJ.
I'm excited.
What are we going to get out of Noah Cameron this? What are we?
We're going to get 6 innings, 1 strikeout.
It is roll with the punches.
Okay, R-O-L-L. There you go. Roll.
I haven't sold a record in 30 years. Please buy my tickets.
Oh, Max. All the music you play, nobody's sold a record. Why are you hating on Bryan Adams?
Get Jeff Lutz on the phone and tell him that about the Eagles. See what he says.
But yeah, we argue that all the time. It's the same show they've been doing since '99, and it's not the Eagles. It's the Don Henley band.
Okay, all right. What tickets of a band of your generation, Max, are you just fired up for? That's been making new music and selling records.
I've seen everybody I want to see, and I'm not. I saw McCartney in '76 for 950.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Max,
you said Bryan Adams hasn't been putting out. I want to know who's been putting them out.
None. Nobody.
I want to know who's going to concerts to listen to new music. Play the hits.
That's where I'm headed with this. Okay. I went and saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of my favorite bands, at Intrust Bank Arena. What is that, 10 years ago now? And they just played all their new stuff, and I was pissed. I'm like, what are we doing? I don't want to hear that. I'm glad you put it. Great, you put out a new album. I don't care. Give me Under the Bridge right now.
U2 used to do that. They'd open a tour with like 15 straight songs from their latest album. People going, what?
Now, if you're a young up-and-comer, then that's fine because
if you're the opener, you play those. If you're the headliner,
not even if you're the opener. So let's say Zach Bryan came in. He didn't have enough music. I mean, everybody knew all his songs because that's the way people consume music now. But it's like they're still like, of course you got to play new music because you don't have enough
when he came. When he came, I mean, you only have like 2 albums out,
right?
So play the best of the 2 albums. But it drives me nuts. It does drive me nuts.
He dropped an album like 2 days before.
Yeah, those are always like.
And so it's like I think he played 1, maybe 2 songs off of that, and he admitted, he was like, "Guys, we don't even know how to play these live yet."
That's so good. That's what it's supposed to be. That's the worst is whenever you buy the tickets, and I get it. You go on tour after you drop an album. That's the name of the game. But like you buy it, and it's like, man, I can't wait to go see Luke Combs. It's like, oh, I don't know any of these songs.
I know that's when we go to a show, when we go to a concert, we want to sit there and scream sing all the songs we know.
Do you study? Max, this is a question for you too. Do you study before you go? We are very much like.
Oh, all right. We're off the rails now because this is going to consume the rest of this segment.
For like a week before the show at least. It's like you don't listen to anything else.
Well,
it gets to a point where I get pretty exhausted of it.
That's not where I thought you were going. I'm this set list thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's like telling me the end of a movie.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My
Our
wife
household
loves set
is
lists.
divided on this.
Yeah,
Our
mine is
household
too.
is. My wife will sit there and she'll look up the set list and she'll tell me what's kind. I'm like, stop doing that. Like, I don't want to know what's up next. Or as you're sitting there watching the show, I'm like, oh, they're gonna play this next. Like it's some badge of honor. I'm like, neat. You Googled a set list.
Yeah.
Like, stop doing that. I don't want to know what's coming up next.
We are very much in it's too. I'm with you. I agree. I hate if it's somebody that I'm like amped to see. I know all the songs. Don't show me the set list. We went to go watch Rascal Flatts, whatever, a month ago, 2 months ago, whenever that was, and it was like, okay, like I know like 4 of the songs they're gonna play. Like, I'll show me the set list. I want to know when they're gonna play those so I don't miss them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But in the same breath, if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go get another beer. Do I know the song coming up in 2 songs? I'm going to go during that one.
Yeah. No, there are advantages to it. And I'm glad that she looks them up because as much as I don't want to hear it, it is nice for somebody to have the knowledge to say, and I have, so through this, I have learned people are either look up the set list or not at all. Like there is no, and then, you know, what's the meme? And then they marry each other.
Correct.
But they don't change the set list anymore.
Some will a little bit. Some
like
will a little bit.
You never knew what they were going to play.
But if you went and saw, like if we went and saw Creed, which I did, which was a great show, they're not changing their set list because there's so much production involved in the show that they play. And that's all on a timer. It's all put in order for a reason. Like they can't really just sit there and play a new song. Whereas like Zach Bryan, who just sits up there and sing whatever the hell he wants, and it doesn't really matter. Like they're not. So it all does depend on what kind of show it is. But I'm with you. If I don't know the artist, I don't really care. Like we went and saw Morgan Wallen, and I'm like, yeah, you can tell me what the set list is. I don't care.
I would rather, honestly, in that situation, because like I only know 3 of these songs. I need to watch those 3, or I'm wasting my time being here. Like I need to be in my seat for those. Other while we're just blowing the segment out with concert talk, encores, they're our pet peeve. We hate them. They're the worst thing in the world.
Why?
Why can't you just play them? Why do we need to scream and hoot and holler for you to come back and play the 2 songs that you're going to play?
Well, they're coming out either way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we doing that?
Because the energy stays high. Because it keeps the energy high.
It's
and
stupid.
you got to keep in mind too. There are a lot of people in that arena that've never been to a concert, that have maybe never had the experience of feeling like we talked them out to coming into play.
I think that what needs to happen, there needs to be some boy cried wolf, inverse here. I think that sometimes they need to just not play the encore.
It's got to be every band's greatest fear, right?
Like what happens if nobody chants encore?
What happens if we suck and they don't want us to come back?
But I think there needs to be sometimes where they're like, yeah, they don't want enough. Let's leave. Like, but that's never going to happen. So just play them. Like, an encore to me needs to be like a true, like, we have nothing left, but there's such a good crowd. Let's go play Hotel California.
Then you need to go see Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. We watched Garth. Garth played 4 shows in Wichita. We were at the last one, and he encored and took requests from the audience at Intrust Bank Arena for 4.5 hours. If you want that true, like, all right, we're still feeling it, let's just keep going.
That's what an encore is. An encore is not the set list of the show ends here. Then they're going to encore with these 2 songs. I'm like, well, Rascal Flatts. It's the last one I saw, so I'm just going to keep referencing it. They didn't play Life is a Highway until the encore. It's like, you really think they're going to come and not play Life is a Highway?
I would like the main hit to not be the encore. I'll give you that. That's where, honestly, that's where you play your newest thing. Like,
I agree.
All right, here's this
new
album.
In the same breath of the set list, if we're at somebody and you look at the set list, then it's like, I don't know these 2 encore songs. Let's leave.
I'll give you an example of one I'd have been. Go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
Are you telling me Garth Brooks played 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
Come on, that's even longer than Springsteen. You said there's a Springsteen concert. You go, can I please go home?
Well, the thing about Garth Brooks is he just took requests from the audience. It's a thing. Like, people will bring it on signs and they'll show it to him and they'll play it. And his wife's there with him, and she's also fantastic. So she'll come out. And I don't even think it has to be his stuff. It's been a while too. I think they'll karaoke a little bit. But it was cool. Wow. And it's as long. He's got the energy though. Pete, we went to that show because you know this, TJ, probably Max, you probably don't. You're either George Strait or Garth Brooks, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the divide. That's the great divide. I have always said Garth Brooks has more good songs than George Strait. George Strait's incredible. I happen to really enjoy both of them. I think they're wildly different, but those are the 2 that always got stacked up against each other, right? As a kid. And so, like, we go to that, and Team George Strait people are like reluctantly going, we're with them. They're like, oh, I don't know. I guess we'll go see Garth Brooks.
This drives me nuts.
And we get there, and you look over, and they're like, oh, yeah, I forgot he had this song. And to every song. Like, he has so many songs that you know and love, and you probably didn't even remember.
I've never seen him. I need to go.
But he's great. He's a great performer. I mean, that's where that's why he's the highest grossing live artist ever, whatever it is.
That's why he's got a banner in the T-Mobile Center.
Yeah, he just his show was so much fun. Even if he's not your favorite, you're gonna have fun at his show. I'll give you a set list one that would have just sort of ruined my life. We went and saw The Offspring at the Wave, I think 2 summers ago. They were so good. But a part of the fun of that show was waiting and being like, are they gonna play it? On like 4 or 5 of their songs. When are they going to play it? And you'd hear that first riff and you just lose it. If you've got the set list, you don't know I agree. You miss that. Like, you lose that.
100%. And like, that's the best part of the stupid concerts when the artists, it's all rehearsed, obviously, but they're like, man, Wichita, how you feeling tonight? Anybody feeling love in the air tonight? Oh, Bill Collins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great though. Like, that was at the Chili Pepper show. I wish I'd have had the set list. Because I'm like, man, are they going to play anything we know? And the answer to that would have been no. They're not. They're going to play it. I think their new album, they're probably just going to play it cover to cover. Yep. They played a couple of them, but they didn't play Under the Bridge, and it really made me mad.
What year was that?
It's probably 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I saw Foo Fighters.
I missed it.
And they didn't play Big Me.
I know. Foo Fighters, their new stuff is like, they're the one for me that is like the most vastly different in the last. They've changed so much in 20 years.
They have changed.
Their new stuff is like, who are these guys?
I can't believe I missed them both times. I have the most FOMO about that and Metallica. I can't believe
my number one FOMO concert. Since we're just all like, are we just going to keep doing this? My number one FOMO concert that I didn't go to at Interest was freaking Toby Keith, and now it's like, God, I should have seen Toby Keith.
I don't think. When was he here?
Like 2022.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I'm pretty sure it was back to back with the women's Elite Eight that we had here, and the next week was
Toby Keith would have been a blast. Metallica's the one though where I'm like, why did I not go see that show? That was like from probably, I don't know, 6th, 7th grade till the end of high school. Like I just was and I'm like, man, that would have been like, they would have melted my face and it would have been incredible. And I didn't go, and I don't know why I didn't go. And I should have. I'd have gone and stood there by myself and watched it. That'd have been a fun one. That's probably of the Interest shows, the one I regret the most. I didn't see the Foo Fighters either, and I love the Foo Fighters.
What a segment! That was like the reincarnation of Bob and Jeff, Max.
That would be a good. That would be a good. By the way, poll question. I put our shower question out yesterday. Let me just find the results on that here.
Asking people how to shower.
38%. 38%. First thing in the morning. That was the leader in the clubhouse. Before work, which is my vote, was number 4 of 4. Only 15%.
Well, yeah, but people before work for 90% of people is first thing in the morning.
No, I mean first thing in the morning is like you hit the alarm and you go get in the shower. Sometimes before work would be like an hour after that, right? Like the absolute first thing that I do in my life when I wake up is go get in the shower. That's the way I read that. That's the way I read it. All right.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
we investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Yeah. Really? I mean, is that going to be a thing now? You like it? Thanks, catchy. What are you looking at? Go.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde. April Fool. Hey, man, what's that?
It's Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. No fool in there.
It's a good one,
April
Max.
Fool's Day, everybody. It's just trying to set the kids up with a few to use on their friends. Had some good ones up there. I like April Fool's Day.
We should have bought into Max's whole bit and like started the show off in Spanish. How far could we have gone if we started the show in Spanish?
Hola!
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Jacob.
Buenos dias.
I'm trying to remember welcome.
Bienvenidos a Sports Daily.
Bienvenidos.
F-A-H-A.
F-A-J-A.
Yeah, there you go.
So Jacob, está TJ, Max es loco.
You remember how to say headlines?
Mm-mm.
All right, we're done.
I didn't know that. Everything we got for you, headlines, Shreyas Laddha this hour. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, featuring live music this Sunday at Delano. Details at wichitabrew.com. Send off your Sunday with live tunes, tasty treats, good times at WBC Delano, your spot for spring Sundays. Visit wichitabrew.com with more info. Wichita Brewing Company, where groups gather. I wish that I took a lot of Spanish and just have not used it, and it's a great regret in my life.
I tried, but I should have worked harder on that.
Great regret in my life. All right, let's have the headlines we missed.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right, we got quite a few today as well, so let's move quickly. We start with, where'd this go? Texas A&M football tweets out an hour ago, due to overwhelming demand, Kyle Field, how ginormous one side of it is with the 3 decks. They said, due to overwhelming demand, 3 decks isn't enough. Time for an upgrade. Project 4th deck. They tweeted out renderings. April Fools.
Oh, okay. I was like, that
it is. It's pretty hilarious how ridiculous this looks.
You've got to make it look ridiculous if you're going to pull that April Fool's joke.
It definitely does.
Because Aggies are crazy, man.
It's basically just the stadium stacked on top of the stadium. In the same breath, Jack in the Box tweets, after 75 years, it's time for a new look. They're making it official. The brand is bigger than any box they've ever put it in, and it's time to reflect that. Starting today, they are no longer Jack in the Box. They are Jack out the box. April Fools. The rest of these are actual.
There's another way they could have said that I thought you were going to there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no.
Anyways, all right. Actual headlines. The rest of these are actual real. I just had to get a couple April Fools in there because it's April Fool's Day. KU football. I told you this one actually a while ago, but it's made official. Kevin Flaherty, media guy, covers the Jayhawks. Yesterday made it official. He is now the director of high school and JUCO relations, which is awesome. Media guys are becoming coaches.
Really cool. I could you do that job?
Not to the level that he could. I couldn't. I also can't watch tape and be like, that guy's a good offensive lineman. Like, I know a lot of names, but I can't evaluate talent like that. I know I can evaluate the top versus the top. Like, I can compare Lincoln Curran to Son Brame for you, but I can't tell you about the hidden gems in Hayes and Great Bend and things like that.
So he's just focused on kids in Kansas.
No, overall.
Okay.
But anyways. But a lot of it will be in Kansas, which is why they probably want him to come in and do that. All right, let's go to baseball. ABS. This is something that we could do a whole segment on this. A lot of people are starting to agree with me on social media with my take that I've had, is that one stitch catching the zone shouldn't be a strike. But obviously pitchers are fighting back. Matt Strom's argument that he tweeted out was, but guess what? If one stitch catches the foul line, it's a fair ball. Or if one stitch catches a foul pole, it's a fair ball. Or if one toe, steps out of bounds in football, that's what it is. But my thought process is that if you're going to do that, the whole point of the strike zone is that you're supposed to be able to reasonably barrel up a ball and hit it for a home run, basically, is the definition of the strike zone.
No, you're supposed to be, as a pitcher, able to paint and be a better pitcher.
I know, but listen to me. As a hitter in a sport that's literally almost impossible to get hits in, you're basically making the strike zone an extra 4 inches each way. Right? Because those pitches are never called. Now you're doing this, so if you're going to call
but it should be called, because by definition it is a strike.
But if you're calling it that way, shrink the zone.
No, why?
Yes. Because I can't hit that pitch for a home run. Why is it a strike?
That's the point. What do you think's harder, for a pitcher to hit that spot, or for the hitter to hit the ball?
I mean, probably the hitter to hit the ball in that spot.
I think the best pitchers must be rewarded for being able to hit that spot.
That's fine, but make the spot reasonable to get a hit off of.
That defeats the purpose. The point is that it's harder to get a hit in that spot. You just don't want pitchers to be successful at all.
Well, God forbid.
Do you
the sport's already so pro pitcher.
It's already love Greg.
The sport is too pro pitcher. We need to swing the pendulum back.
It's not too pro pitcher.
Yes,
we just set home run records. We just reset the home run record. Salvi just set a home run record. Cal Raleigh just set a home run record.
I just think that it shouldn't be a strike. It should, if it is called a strike, it should not be. Because listen to me, in the old, before ABS, last year, if somebody hits a pitch that is the one that catches the stitch down low, somebody can say, "Oh, he gets down and gulps that one out." Now it's "Oh, that was a strike." Yeah, so now that's a strike
because it's a strike. You can advocate to change the zone.
That's what I'm advocating for.
But you can't advocate to not call a strike a strike.
I'm asking that you either change the zone, but that's complicated because then the strike zone is a very arbitrary. You can see it as you're looking at the plate. Basically, you can't change it and say well, it's actually 2 inches inside the zone or inside the plate. That's too hard. So I think you need to change the rule and just say that 25% of the ball needs to catch the zone, something like that. If you have that technology, just do it.
I think that you're misconstruing the home run issue. We've had the most home run. I mean, if you go back to go back to when was the steroid era? Right? When was the peak of the steroid era? 1998. Yeah? 1998.
Sure.
2,500 home runs hit in baseball. Last year, 400 more home runs hit in baseball. We're not there. It's not that The thing, and that's just in the American League. Sorry, let me go to the total across baseball. 5,600 last year in 1998, 5,000. You're talking about, 10% more. 10% more home runs last year than the peak of the steroid era. In 2019, there were 6,700 home runs hit. It is not a pitcher-dominated league at all. Not as much as it used to be.
We got to move on. You know my soapbox on this. I think people agree with me. Let's go to where you want to go here. College basketball. Back to that. Where did this one go? Final four referee assignments are out on the list. Jeffrey Anderson. You know that name?
Is that the headbutt guy? I thought he didn't make the list.
Nope. Yeah, not him. Jeffrey Anderson is the high knees ref. You wear the high knees ref? You don't know the high knees ref? Oh, I gotta show you that.
Does he just do high knees to warm up?
No, he runs up and down the court doing high knees. I can't believe you'll know who he is. You'll see him.
Okay.
It's pretty hilarious. And now there's like a whole following of the high knees ref.
Well, I would think so. It's like Ed Hockley's with the guns. Now everybody has guns.
Exactly. Where else are we going here? Football. Big 12 is exploring women's flag football as an official sponsored sport. The Sports Business Journal has learned. That'd be pretty cool.
They'll sponsor it, or they'll ask institutions to play it.
It sounds like they want to have a Big 12 flag football league, like a collegiate league.
That's incredible. I saw the NFL just invested $30 million in a
Nebraska. Doesn't Nebraska? Nebraska just got one.
Well, it's a fast growing sport. I love the growth of flag football, by the way, because it keeps football alive for people that don't like the contact part of it. My daughter wanted to play football so bad, and they didn't yet have the flag football like fully churning.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't, because she didn't know she was going to have to play with boys. She didn't know who was going to be on her team. She would have loved it. I think the growth of flag football is great for football. I think it's a good thing.
All right. I got one more here. We'll skip the rest of these. This is the end all be all. There is a growing following of burners. We talk about burners a lot. There are officially I don't know if I'll even call these burners. They are, but they're more so just fan accounts for Wichita State. They're growing. Students are making Wichita State fan accounts. This one, called Shocker John, ever since they lost to Tulsa, tweeted every day, day one of asking Dylan Battie to stay at Wichita State next year, and in return, I'll name my cat after him. Did it every day for 8 days. Then he posted that he's doing it, and he said, folks, he just made the announcement. Time to convince the old ball and chain we need another cat, and one named Dylan Battie at that. Dylan Battie retweeted it, and now he just tweeted, he said, Dylan Battie's coming back. I've got a cat on the way. Who's got it better than Wichita State?
Nobody.
That is pretty funny, having a cat named Dylan Battie.
How many cats is acceptable?
And is 2 at most. Okay. And then it limits if you have dogs too. I think you get a total of 3 pets, and if you're pushing those limits, then you're talking about a pet house.
We're 1 dog, 1 cat house, and cat was later.
Nothing wrong with you, but at that point, it's your pet's house, not your house.
Yeah. My dad always said nothing ruins a good dog like another dog. That was his saying, and we always had like 4 because it was tough words, but we never abided by them. Yeah. I am 1 dog, 1 cat. I will never have. I will put my foot in the ground. Never more pets than that. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Let's get to the Royals starting back up, and then we'll have Shreyas Laddha.
Should we actually talk about sports? People tuned in. I don't know what they're listening to right now.
Yeah, we'll have sports later.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Got big Easter festivities this weekend, the Easter egg drop, Easter brunch on Sunday, all kinds of great family activities, more than just the amazing 36 holes of golf, the amazing tennis facility, the amazing pool, events every night, multiple events, in fact. Give Crestview a call. Ask them about all the different memberships. They have golf memberships. They have non-golf memberships to take advantage of it. Give them a call. Tell them we sent you from Sports Daily. Glad to be here. Glad to have them here, I should say, with us. All right, TJ, let's talk Royals here. Noah Cameron today. Again, same old story. Another Royals starter coming back from injury that we'd like to see and how they perform. And then we assume, they've only announced Cole Reagans tomorrow, but we assume they flip that thing back over. the schedule, it's 6:40 start times, followed by some day baseball on Thursday. Like we're catching the groove a little bit for the Royals. And the first part of the season is a little janky. So I don't want to read too much into anything in that regard. But we haven't yet talked to Estevez. We will here. But Noah Cameron tonight. Here we go again, right? Another injured pitcher last year. If he comes back and if he looks the same, I guess, maybe their starting pitching won't take a step back. I mean, I know we're only one time through the rotation, but when we talk about what we saw late in the year with Lugo and Cameron getting hurt and Reagan's coming back from injury or whatever, I mean, if they get back to where they were a couple years ago, all these guys, like, this is going to be one of the top rotations. I don't know that I believe that yet, but all signs early on have been good.
Yeah, I think that, the Royals kind of are fully buying into, based on the things that they told us the other day, because I think I was with you as well. I think that, regression to the mean was bound to happen. Another math term there for everybody, all the math haters listening. Regression to the mean. They were really, really good. And, they kind of got overperformed with the guys that are overperformed by the expectations that were set. And so you would think that they would go back to what everybody kind of thought they would be and not keep chugging along in the same breath. But I mean, through one time through, as you're saying, if Noah Cameron can have a good one, then, I think that they like what they've got. And I think that the Royals not only, like what they've got in terms of like, we've got 5 guys that have stuff that we feel good in. I think that their confidence comes in the fact that, like, if one of them doesn't have it, we've got 8 of them. Like, we can figure it out and move things around and do that. But I don't know. I mean, like I said yesterday, I think that we would rather see a, 5-run game from the Royals, obviously. But if you're going to win games by doing this again, like, you can always figure out the bats. I feel like if your pitching isn't good, your pitching just probably won't be good.
I mean, that hadn't been the case the last 2 years. The pitching has been good, and the hitting hasn't been good enough.
It's true, but I feel like in pitching, there's not per se pitching slumps across baseball, right? There's hitting slumps that teams and players go on, and then we've seen it with the Royals. 2 years ago they were the best bats in baseball, then they were the worst a month later, and so. I think that I would rather have the volatility in that rather than the pitching staff, and the pitching staff gives me something.
I'd rather be hunting runs than having bad pitching. I think I do agree with that.
We saw that with the Royals 4 years ago.
Yeah. Who do you think is the least likely to reach what we've seen their peak be between Lugo, Bubic, Reagans, and Cameron?
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's Reagan's.
I think so, just because his peak is so high.
Correct. Yeah. And they've banked a lot on his peak being that high too, right? Like, he's the one guy in this rotation that gives you a no doubt about it true bona fide ace pitcher, right? Because he strikes a ton of dudes out. His stuff is electric. Everyone else is crafty and really good at what they do. And I think they'll be okay with that. But Reagan's does give you that ace. And I think his road to there is the longest of all the roads these pitchers are looking at to getting back to whatever that point is. First time through the rotation, that's certainly played out. No, we haven't seen Noah Cameron pitch yet. But we'll see. I do think, though, the offense is like, now you're playing 13 straight days. You got a chance to get in some grooves a little bit here. If we get into that next off day and the offense is still puttering out at 3 runs a game or whatever, I'm going to have a lot of concern. And the main concern is, like, what can you even do about it at this point? You've got mainstays up and down the lineup. There's not a whole lot you can do. And it's so strange to me. Like, I'm not sure there are many teams in baseball that would trade the top 5 hitters in their lineup for what the Royals roll out there in the top 5 hitters in their lineup. Just struggle runs, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No.
You go Witt, Vinny, Salvi, whatever you want to put at 5. The options are plentiful, so we'll call it the top 4 then. Like, that's incredible. It's an incredible start to your lineup.
I agree. I think that, it's just a situational thing that they're trying to figure out of what that looks like. So I don't know. I think that you just keep rolling it out. Like I've said throughout all this stuff is that like we were excited about what they were rolling out because of what you just said there. But this is what they showed you last year, but you just don't think that's what they are.
Well, you don't think collectively that's what they are. They shouldn't be. You can't have, it's hard to have those four guys at the top, and it's just like the timing can never be right.
It blows my mind. Wasn't
you
Bobby
can never
Witt?
get them all hot at the same time.
Wasn't Bobby Witt the hits leader last year still? He got there, didn't he?
I believe.
Yeah, so like that part blows my mind is that I didn't even think, because we all say that,
Michael Garcia had a career year. Vinny was fantastic last year, and Salvi still has plenty left in the tank.
Yeah.
Salvi probably took the biggest step back, but it wasn't much.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got you've got two young prospects that anybody would love to have, and a collection of other outfielders, Jonathan India, who can get on base for you. Like it makes sense on paper. I've never figured it out. Bullpen, TJ is the other big, and probably the bullpen's the biggest storyline early on, if we're being honest, because Carlos Estevez had his horrible outing. And it doesn't seem isolated. He's been in and out of the boot, but man, the Royals aren't even shying away from. And I commend them for this, by the way, because this is hard to do through one game to say, yeah, we're going low leverage with him for a little while. You can say whatever you want to the reason to be. It can be he's in a boot, whatever. But he's going low leverage. And I think that I wish I knew the conversations that they were having with him. Because the only thing that I worry about is like, I just want to make sure he's still swaggy, right? I still want to make sure he's kamehameha, having fun, confident. Carlos Estevez, his stuff's not there. His stuff's not going to be what it once was. It's not. It wasn't last year for a large part of the year, but he figured it out. And they still need him in that bullpen quite a bit, right? But you've got Lynch, you've got Ursig, you've got Strom, you've got Schreiber. That's four right there, even without Estevez. And I think that's four you feel really good about, by the way. And then there's a couple others in there, too, that we just haven't seen enough of to know. I think they're fine, and I just think pulling that away from him now is the right call. They've been pretty stubborn historically on some of this stuff. Man, I'm proud of them for the way they've handled it right out of the gates.
I don't know. I agree. It's tough to do that. A lot of teams just say, "Yeah, it's fine," and then they'll just low leverage them. I think that they are, attacking it the right way. My biggest thought, as we've sat here we talked about the Royals fans booing Estevez. Like, people are being a little outlandish about
ridiculous
one bad game. But like, I think that I'm worried about that, because I think that baseball is such a freak head sport. Yeah, it's such a mental thing. Like, you hope he's fine, because like we have said multiple times, you can take him out of the closer role, but he still needs to be good. Like, you need him in your bullpen, and they've said that. That's what JJ Piccolo said before the game on Monday. Is that it's like, if we want to be playing postseason baseball and good postseason baseball, we need Carlos Estevez somewhere in our bullpen playing well. If they don't have him, then we're talking about your back three being what, Schreiber, Strom, and Urseg, something like that. And so, which still isn't the worst thing in the world.
Daniel Lynch is nails, man. And I don't know if the plan is exclusively, by the way, we're on the field. Daniel Lynch is tall.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's so tall. I don't know what the plan for him is to still, though, give up on him being a starter. I would bet you that he is still permeable in that way.
Who, Lynch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're ready to say, all right, you're now a high leverage reliever.
Yeah.
I mean, they may use him in those spots, but I bet you there's still some thought and hope that maybe he could be a starter. But maybe not, because he's really good as a high leverage reliever. So they have 5 good options at the back end, which is why I think I'm comfortable just saying, all right, Ursig, you close games. I mean, do you feel bad about any of those guys? Schreiber, maybe the shakiest, but he was, he just kept on going last year. But Lynch and Strom, if Strom is what he's always been, I mean, your back end is great. So give Estevez one of the clean innings. Use those other guys when you're getting out of a jam. Let Estevez have I don't know, what do you give him? The 6th? when they need it? The 7th? Is the 7th still too high leverage when you have those other guys, or can you just start with,
I'd say
all right,
if he's,
let's go Estevez in the 7th?
If he's healthy, and even if he's throwing, whatever, we'll call it 93. 93 to me. Well, not 90. Not 90, because if it's 90, then I think that there's something
90,
going on.
I think.
If it's 93, then I think that I'm fine with him being our 7th inning guy, being a 7th inning guy for the Royals.
I'd rather the one thing I'll say, and we've said it before, keep the inning clean for him. Let the other guys come in and inherit base runners and do the other things. Let Estevez have whatever it is, whatever it ends up being, let it be the clean inning. So, like, don't give him the Zerpa role of the past where he has got to come in and bail out a starter. Don't give him the Ursig role of the past where he's got to come in and bail out a reliever oftentimes, whether it's the 6th or the 7th. And I don't think it has to be a specific, like, I don't know that this bullpen's got like the bullpen of 2014 and 15 written on it, where you just basically have 3 closers.
Yeah.
But I think you can, whether it's the 6th, the 7th, hell, maybe if it's the bottom of the lineup in the 8th for now, but they call them low leverage, right? That was the term Piccolo kept using. Low leverage. Low leverage tells me when you don't have the lead, and you need those guys too. So maybe maybe it starts there. He's the guy when you're not trying to close out a game in common terms. And maybe it goes Strom, Schreiber, Strom, Ursig. But I will say that I am team make Ursig the closer. He's too electric. And I know that he has bailed them out. But at some point, let that guy try to be a closer. Like he's so effective in the other role. But that is a near impossible task to ask somebody to do.
Yeah,
he can still do it in the 8th, but let that dude just come in and close down games.
That's what we've
Royals
talked about, is that
are probably going to play a lot of games that need a closer.
When they traded for him, that was his job, basically. Because they traded for him the year before they made the playoffs, right? Or was that the playoff year? That was playoff year. That's right. Yeah. They made the playoffs that year. That's right. Yeah.
Him and Harvey.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine if that's what you want to do, but I think the way that you're going to shape up the rest of it, you need to what's the Moneyball line? You need to make Lucas Ursig in the aggregate. You need to figure out a way that you can get to him. Has always been the thing, because your starters. What do you think? I feel confident in saying Royal starters can go 6 innings every time. Like, not every time they go out, but on average they can get you 6 innings.
Yes.
In a win, they'll get you 6 innings. I'll say that.
That's a big ask.
In a win, if they're getting shelled, they're not going to make it 6 innings.
I'd have to go back and look at the game logs.
5 and 2, 5 and a third, something like that. Like, they're always going into the 6th, I feel like.
We need to. Who is the least likely? Who is the least likely to do it? And we can pull up their game log. Who's the least likely to give you 6? Of that group. We can't really look up Reagan's right now.
I was going to say. I mean, it may be
who's your baseline starter? This is an interesting question.
The Royals don't have any. It's weird. Probably Michael Wacha, I guess.
Okay. Let's
He's
look
been
up
the
his
most consistent.
Let's look up his game logs real quick and just to make sure, because I don't disagree with you. I just want to make sure how often he did that last year. All right. So I'm going to go back to April, and they won't do it a ton. Yeah, he didn't get into the 6th, TJ, until April 26th. So he didn't finish 6 until his his 6th start. Then he got there quite a bit, about half the time. I don't know. I bet if we wrote this down on paper, it would be a little less than half the time. Half of his starts last year, he completed 6 innings. So I do think whoever, and it was Zerpa a lot last year, whoever comes into that role, and that's not going to be the Estevez role. So who is that? And that's probably Lynch, if we're being real honest, because then you could stretch that out a little bit and he can give you a couple innings. But I do think who comes in to finish the 6th inning is a really important role for this team. And then you set up 7, 8, 9. Ersig's 9, 7, 8, Schreiber, Strom, whichever works out to be, or, and this is where it gets interesting because they have a pretty big investment in Strom and going to acquire him. If he's the best guy, they didn't really use Ersig to finish 6th innings last year. So that would tell me they're going to use Strom later in the game. So who of all these guys can be that guy? I would say Lynch probably start there, right? Starter can't get through 6. There's a couple runners on. Who's going to come in and finish that off? And then you can give him the 7th. That's fine. I'd say Lynch is probably the most likely to do that. But if we're talking about Reagans, like, I don't know right now, I don't know how confident I am that Reagans is going to finish 6 innings. Lugo, when Lugo goes, you think almost always will finish 6 innings. And then Noah Cameron, we'll find out. Who's the other? And then Waka, is that 5 starters? Yeah, that's 5 starters. Noah Cameron, we don't know yet because he's got to come back from injury. But you're going to need it. You're going to need a 6th inning guy. I think at half the time you're winning a game, probably. I think that's fair. You need 5 good. Listen, the bullpen is better this year than it's been maybe since 2014 and 15. Is that fair? Because I think it is.
Yeah.
I think they've got as much ammo back there as they've had in a
Estevez
long,
is
long
healthy,
time.
if Estevez is healthy, then 100%.
Yep, Estevez needs to be a part of that. But even if he's not the part at the back end, giving me Lynch, Schreiber, Strom, and Ersig, I feel good about all those guys. Not in that order, but I feel good about all of them. It's the number one thing we'll watch early on because they're already making a change. But they get back going today. You'll hear the game, of course, here on KFH. Let me make sure we're not conflicting with another game as I say that. Royals tonight, 6 o'clock pregame coverage against the Twins, and then day baseball tomorrow. Here we go. No more weird days off for the Royals. Finally, we got baseball every day. When we come back, we're going to talk college basketball. What's the latest on Bill Self? Shreyas Laddha is with
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Happy Wine Shirt Wednesday to you. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up, ready to rock and roll. Shreyas, as you join us here, don't forget it's Wine Shirt Wednesday. Don't forget it's April Fool's Day. Also, don't get fooled today. To all the listeners out there, let this be your warning. You will inevitably. There's always good ones. No fooling, Shreyas. No news, Bill Self. Good news for his chances to stay. I mean, I feel like if something was going to happen, it would have happened by now. Does he have to? Let me ask it to you this way: Does Bill Self have to get the graphics guy to get a social media graphic? I'm back, so that he can tweet it.
Like
out there
every
for
player
everybody?
in college athletics.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be a random social media tweet. Like he rarely uses his Twitter account.
Oh yeah,
it's just like tweet for the first time in like a year or something, and we're gonna be like, I can't believe he tweeted, because he tweets like 4 times every year.
Bill Snyder tweets more than Bill Self.
Yes,
it's true. It's true. Will we see what's more likely? Let's play that game. Bill Self tweeting it out himself, or seeing a random Gary Bedore tweet pop up and said, "Coach Self tells me he's staying."
Oh, that's a great one. I
feel like the 2 viable options.
Yeah, I feel like Bill's gonna announce this one himself, or we'll get a press conference release, random email at like 1:33 p.m. and everyone's gonna be scrambling to post it on Twitter, because that's how sports media is.
Who can post a screenshot of the email first?
Yeah, the screenshot press release.
Yes.
Do you think that they would keep it open-ended and just say Bill Self has scheduled a news conference for 11 o'clock, but then not say which way it's going?
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
That'd be horrible.
Come in with smoke machines.
Would be so bad. A couple of years ago, guys, when I was on the Kansas beat, I think this was right after like he had the first health scare. I posted about the press conference or whatever on Twitter, and I got a lot of trouble with KU. It wasn't intentional, but I was like, oh, I thought it was notable that he had a press conference or whatever. And so I think they will clarify what is happening if they do have a press conference. And number one, they'll probably say, do not post this on social media, because I think I single-handedly made that rule come to existence.
I was wondering, it always does say that on there. That's the Shreyas rule. I understand now. Okay.
But it says don't post a screenshot
it basically
email?
just says, please don't share what time this press conference is so that people don't show up to the press conference.
Okay.
Basically. That's kind of what it is. Anyways, into the rabbit hole here. Tyrant Stokes. Is something ever going to happen?
You know, I feel like it's going to determine happen when Bill Self decides to decide his thing, and Tyron will probably be right alongside him within the week or so. I'm a little tired, though, of this recruitment saga. This has been the longest running recruitment saga in the world.
At this point, I said this, Trace. I said, if you're going to do it this late into the cycle, do you just wait until the portal's open and just treat yourself like a portal prospect at that point?
I mean, you might have to at this point. I mean, I don't know. Like, I read somewhere that he might like do it after the Final Four or April 11th or something. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think he's absolutely waiting on Bill and waiting on stuff to play out. So it'll be interesting.
You think he's waiting on Bill, or you think somebody else has come in with a bigger bag? I think somebody else has come in.
I think it's two. I think it's two things. But I think if Bill Self comes back, he'll come to Kansas. That's my thought.
We let you off the hook. Do you think Bill Self comes back?
I mean, the more we wait, the more I think yes. If you asked me this a week ago, I think he was a lot closer to retirement.
We did. And you said that.
You know?
Well,
to be fair, sources in the program had felt more confident that he was retiring a week ago as well.
Yeah, I mean, if
you got caught up in the same thing we did, because initially I was like, guys, I still think he's going to come back, and then that day happened, and we're all really confused.
Yeah. I mean, if it gets to the point where they need to release a statement, or Gary needs to release a report saying he hasn't made a decision yet, then yeah, there definitely was smoke that was brewing.
Guys, to be fair, there were people within the KU program that thought he was going to announce something that day. Okay, so it wasn't like, this thing. I was getting texts from people in the NBA world that were like, I think there's more smoke to this Bill Self, retirement speculation that has been let on, etc. Like, I have no idea if he was supposed to do something that Tuesday, and then maybe it was leaked by that, burner on Vernon's Discord or whatever. But and that played a influence into his decision of whether to say something or not. But I can say this much, guys. I mean, like, from talking to people around the program and within the program, et cetera, there are contingency plans being made. I mean, like, I talked to somebody Friday, and it was absolutely felt like it was 50-50, on whether Bill stays or goes. And these are people like high up in the KU athletics world. And they are absolutely looking at coaches in case Bill decides not to come back.
Why would it take as long? And I know North Carolina hasn't hired anybody anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. And maybe you say only after the Final Four does this matter, I guess.
Well, I think my thought process on this is, I think it's taking so long because there's stuff happening behind the scenes with his contract. They're probably renegotiating from a lifetime contract into maybe a 1-year contract.
Why?
Maybe some freeing up of some money, guys. I'm not going to say why, but I think there's something there to it. If he's coming back, that he probably wants to free up some money to, get some more NIL money.
Okay, so they're not saying Bill Self, we want you to give some money back. Bill Self might be saying,
yes. That's what I've heard at some points. I mean, that he's kind of like been renegotiating. I don't know how true that is. We'll see what the contract looks like if he does come back. That said, I absolutely think there's a plan in place. I said this yesterday, some friends, but I absolutely think there's a plan in place whether Bill comes or doesn't come back. The longer he waits, the longer I think he comes back, because you have to have a real plan because the portal is opening in 6 days, guys. 6 days. So you absolutely have to have a plan in place and see how things play out. Otherwise, like you're kind of going in blind. And I wrote this in my roster story. Like, regardless of what happens, there's going to be a lot of roster departures, even with Bill coming back. And if he leaves, well, the entire roster that could potentially come back could be at stake.
It's true. Shreyas, we will talk next Wednesday. So by then, the portal will be open for a day. So I assume we will have a decision by then. Do you think it's late this week? Do you think it's the weekend? Do you think it's the day before the portal opens? Because, I mean, we sit here, it puts our lives in limbo. It puts Flory Badunga in limbo of what he's going to do. For example, Tyron Stokes is a perfect example. Probably Taylor Kinney, too. It's going to change a whole bunch of things. Will we have a decision made by then? We have to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% think that it's going to happen before, I feel like it's going to happen before Monday. Like, it has to, right? Like, logically speaking. But I don't know, man. Like, I thought it would happen in the last 2 days. That's what everyone told me.
I thought Monday was a shoe-in. It was opening day at Kansas City. Everybody had something with their hands tied into something.
A little news dump on a Monday,
exactly.
But I don't know. I mean, guys, it's been eerily silent since last week from the KU athletics world. I talk to people, and it seems like, besides the fact that people feel like Bill's coming back, I don't really have any other read on things.
Okay. If is it Jacques Vaughn's job if Bill Self comes back, do you think? Only if he comes back. I don't think it would be his job now.
I think regardless of what happens, I can guarantee you there will be an external search. There are candidates that Kansas is looking at right now in this cycle that I think they will continue looking at in next cycle, as long as there are actual candidates that stay at the schools they're at currently. I was told that pretty definitively that there will be an external search. Jacques is a top 4 candidate, but he's not as high as you think because I think with Jacques, I think he would take the job if offered, but he also really loves what he does right now.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he should or he shouldn't. I'm just saying it seems too early for it. And if that was the plan, Self leaving now could mess that plan up.
Yeah, I to be honest, I don't think there was a definitive Jacques successor plan. I think Jacques was going to be part of the candidates, like top candidates Kansas is looking at plan, from what I've gathered.
Is Tommy Lloyd going to take the North Carolina job?
I mean, I'm not Tommy Lloyd. You're going to have to ask him, right?
The answers he's given are eyebrow raising, right?
Well, he could also just be playing the money game, guys. Like it's a simple, he's playing the money game. He wants the money to be raised at Arizona. It's publicly known out there. I mean, he hasn't really got along with the Arizona athletic department at times this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing that to raise some money from Arizona and then stay at Arizona. I mean, guys, if he wins a title at Arizona, there's no way he's leaving for UNC.
He's got the best team this year.
Yeah,
he's the best team.
There's no way he's leaving for UNC or anywhere else.
He's probably had the best team 2 times since he's been there. They didn't always win in the tournament, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So Bill Self has a decision to make. We can joke about how it's made. TJ asked you about Tyron Stokes. What else needs to happen? Because we talked yesterday. Like, I'm not that interested. I'm not that interested in Tyron Stokes. Not that I don't think he could come in and be great, but like the star freshmen of this class, who are probably most of them, the lottery picks maybe ahead of him, those teams aren't really alive in the Final Four anyway. Is Tyron Stokes the reason Kansas does or doesn't reach the second weekend of the NCAA tournament? Because to me, it doesn't feel like it'd be him that does that. It's what they do in the portal.
Well, I think Tyron Stokes is going to absolutely be a big piece because you can build around him and Kinney if he comes, right? So you can pick accordingly, based on what you can expect from him. Like, say he's going to average like 18 to 20 points per game. Well, then you have one less guy that you have to go get 18 to 20 points per game in the portal of, right? And Kenny and him have played basketball together for a while. I mean, they played AAU basketball growing up, so they have some level of chemistry. Kenny's been recruiting him. Darren's been recruiting him. Like Stokes has been getting recruited to Kansas for a while now from a lot of different players on this team currently. Even Flory, had some level like in the Stokes recruitment. He hosted him, etc. So I absolutely think you want Stokes because then the picture of what you need in the portal is a lot clearer. You know what you need to retain. You need to retain Flory. You probably need to retain one of Cole, Mbia, Samis, Elmarco Jamari, one or two of those guys. And then you have to go to the portal and shop until you get everything else you need. More shooting, more rebounding, more bigs, etc.
My thing that I kind of joked about him just becoming a portal prospect, but it this late in the game for KU, it is kind of, not as super high Stokes stakes, that if you miss him, you can go get a portal guy, 4 days later. And so I said, if you put him in the portal in this hypothetical, I mean, what is he? He's probably like the number 10 player in the portal. I'd say he's top 10, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's probably top 5.
Really?
I mean, it depends. Right now, we don't nobody's in the portal that I think is like.
I guess comparing him to last year's portal for a reference point, I said he's the same as getting PJ Haggerty, basically. So something along those lines, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think he plays better defense than PJ Haggerty. No disrespect to PJ Haggerty there, but I mean, I think he has a higher ceiling than PJ Haggerty as well. But I think he'd be a big pickup for KU. To be honest with you guys, there was like 3 different times that he was supposed to make a commitment to Kansas. Okay, like back in November, there was a very real possibility before that New York game in Madison Square Garden that he was supposed to, and then something happened last minute, and Kentucky came out of nowhere and offered another bag. This guy's played the game beautifully. If you care about getting money, he goes and visits. He asks for more money from Kansas. He goes and visits to Kansas. He asks for more money from Kentucky. There's a lot going on there with him, his camp, etc. It has been a fascinating thing to hear about, watch, etc. The kid has played the game to a level the game has never been played before.
This is you're making my point now. Aren't you better off just taking that money and going to build a portal roster?
I wouldn't disagree. It depends on who they get in the portal.
Well,
right?
Right. Sure it does. But they got good freshmen. I just like a couple of freshmen. I don't know. I'll tell you, be honest with you, I'm just kind of getting sick of it. Like at some point,
starts with the Darren Peterson experience.
After what we just went through, I'm like, listen, I don't have time and the energy. Like, you haven't even played a game yet. I don't know. Shreyas, we'll go follow the latest KC Star.
I'll see you in Lawrence on Friday. I'm sure, Shreyas.
On at SHRE98, one way or the other. Thanks, Shreyas. Oh man, can we do it? This is one time. Like, can we just do it with the tweet? Make it that simple. It just says I'm back. All right, moving on. Here, on to the next thing. That'd be great. We're coming right back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.